So I don't know how long this video is gonna be, but I felt like I just really wanted to make this on a recording too because I was journaling, but it's a lot to journal, so it's kind of weird to go with me. But when I was in meditation, I got this download, and or or either I got a download or I was thinking about it, and I was just like, well, damn, bro. Let me prop this up. Hopefully it doesn't start doing that audio thing, man. And I hope y'all don't whatever, bro. Anyways, anyways, I was uh I was thinking about the aspect of time, and you know how when you meditate sometimes whenever you get like really into it, everybody knows when you get really into it, it seems like the time just, passes by like that, or it just passes by faster, right? And people, if you have meditated a lot or like for a consistent basis, at least once in your life, you'll know that if you have a good degree of concentration, as you get better at meditation, uh, each time or like the more you do it, it won't seem like you're there for as long as it did in the beginning. Like you don't care much about the time, and it doesn't, like, your perception of time actually, in certain states of meditation, your perception of time of the outside world like kind of just diminishes. And then like when the meditation is over, you're like, oh, well. And I realize that is because like, and it becomes really simple. I realize like it's because you're astrally traveling. You're not like really actually in your body. Like, I just meditated for 30 minutes, and it seemed kind of like maybe 15 or 10. If I was to put in, or if I was to try to put an estimated time slot on it, not like by just me, but like on feeling, then I would say 10 or 15 minutes. But really, I really wouldn't or shouldn't put a feeling on it at all. But the reason is because when, like, say if you're daydreaming, I learned that when you're, I learned that when you're daydreaming, I forgot who said this. May have been Bobby. I don't think though. But whenever that you're daydreaming, like they say, like you're actually carrying out that thing in the astral, in the astrals, like when you dream. And it makes sense because like you could actually go into, like, you could actually have daydream states that actually feel like a whole dream, bro. Like last school year, that happened to me. It used to happen to me, like it started happening to me a little bit, like here and there, and it would happen a few times until then it just stopped. But I would have like these. It seemed like a dream, but I was daydreaming, bro. But like I wasn't sleeping. That's what I would say. I wasn't sleeping. So you'll know, like, whenever you meditate, you could actually like travel to like whole different. I haven't like been traveling like to whole different like planets and shit, but like, say in your dreams, man, you know how you could do it in you could travel to a whole different planet that actually exists, but you wouldn't be able to like walk on it in this third dimension. You wouldn't be able to walk on it, but it actually does exist. It's like that, bro. So when you're meditating, like, you're kind of like your soul, like the actual you, it's kind of like coming out of the body. It's like coming out of the body, and instead you're like in this astral space. So your mind and your soul is like in the astral space, but your physical vessel is still in the third dimension. That's why, isn't that crazy, bro? That's so cool, bro. Like, that's how they meditate. Like, that's how like, there's yogis and just people in general, bro. Even what the fuck am I talking about? Talking about even us, nigga. We were the original, whatever, bro. See, because whenever a lot of people say yogis, they think like in Tibet and in India and stuff. But anyways, Um, this is how the yogi. This is how they were. This is how the people that meditate for hours, man. Just anybody that meditates for hours. It's because, bro, it doesn't even seem like that long after. Like the one time I meditated for 1 hour one time, and that was like the max that I timed. It was 52 minutes. That was the max that I timed, right? In that time, like I never just said, oh, I'm just gonna sit down for like an hour. I don't think I said that. I think I like set a stopwatch, and then I just started meditating, and then when I stopped, it had said like 52 minutes. I was like, damn. And that's because I was like, that surprise factor, like when you actually end the meditation, is because yeah, your vessel is here, so the time seems to pass by faster than what you're used to. That's what actually happens. The time passes by faster than what you're used to for the third dimensional vessel, because like that's actually happening. Damn, bro. There's something there's something I read like a few days ago, but like time is kind of relative to perception. I think that is the right word. Relative to percep. I'm pretty sure relative was the right word. But kind of time is pretty relative to perception. Meaning that, like, you know the saying, time flies by when you're having fun. And then, like, if you're like watching water boil, it's gonna seem to take longer. If you're waiting for somebody, it's gonna seem to take longer. It just seems to take long. Like, if you're doing something boring, like if you don't enjoy your job, it's gonna always seem to take longer. So that is because like the perception of what you're doing is negative, so it slows down time. You get it? It slows down time, your perception of time, because you just hold like this negative energy towards whatever we hold this negative energy towards whatever it is that it is, and then it slows down our perception of time because we really do not like doing this thing. Isn't that crazy, bro? But when you don't, whenever you actually like doing it, it's like you lose the perception of time. So it's just interesting, man. It's not really anything too complex. It's just, we're just looking at like the facts here. We're just looking at it, man. But let's go back to the actual topic of the beginning topic of the video, the visualization, man. So like as you get better and from so the before you start meditating, let's say like when you start meditating, you'll only stay here during meditation. Then like you'll start to like go here and then further and further, and that's whenever you like, as you keep on meditating and keep that consistent practice, then that's when your consciousness becomes less weighed down by the aspect of time. Oh, I forgot what it said exactly, but it said like, it's just basically said gravity is related to time. So like the gravity, wow, it's basically, yep, it's the gravity, man. The perception adds gravity. Wow, bro. What the fuck? Bro, the perception adds gravity to the time and makes it seem like you're actually there longer when you're doing something that you don't want to do. But when you're doing something that you do like doing, it takes gravity off of the perception of time, which then makes it seem like time is going by faster, because in actuality, time is going by faster because time is only perceptive. So in reality, when you say, wow, that time seemed to really go by fast, it really did go fast, and you actually kind of did just time travel, bro. Because I mean, if we're really like thinking about it like really deep, bro, because what is time travel, bro? Manifestation is pretty much time travel if you, in certain ways, if you do it. And like, if we look at like time travel, if you like, if we looked at like the stuff in the movies, if you were to take a time machine and travel fast forward in the future, you would have to speed up. You would have to speed up everything, meaning that everything is already gonna happen. So you would have to speed up down this path. Speed up down this path. What? Hold on. Oh, I'm on the download train, man. Hold on. So you would have to speed up along that path. But let's say if somebody's perception of time, like a fucking alien, if their perception of time was slower than what you're doing in the time travel machine, then really it's not even like time travel to them. But to you, it's like time traveling. So what the fuck is really, what is really up, man? That's really how you time travel, bro. That's how you time travel, man. You need to kill your perception of time, bro. You need to kill it. If you want to time travel, you have to kill your perception of time. Whether that be going into long periods of meditation, manifestations, you need to include that. Staying in a success schedule, that is time travel, my nigga. We are time traveling here, man. We are time traveling here, man. We are. I almost said it thrice so y'all would get it, like, cause this channel is really different, bro. Niggas aren't talking about this, bro. Who do you know? I don't know. I don't know anybody, bro. And I was thinking about it the other day, literally yesterday, actually. I was thinking about how manifestation is basically time travel, because if I, in order, say if I want to manifest something that I want, like in my appearance or something, because you could change your appearance by manifestation and visualization. So say if I wanted to do that, right? And I go into my my visualization, I do that. My astral self is basically stepping into the future and changing the future. And then my third vessel just has to wait for time to catch up down here, until it meets my astral self. So we could really all time travel, but people just don't know about it. I mean, you might not be able to today, in your vessel right now, step into a different timeline in this moment, but you could still time travel. You gotta really, like, you gotta actually, like, cause I might have a kid like energy. I might be real free and like funny and laughing with the shit, but like we're really like, if I was 20, 40 something years old talking about this in a real calm and slow tone, that shit would, bro, and I could be a scientist in a lab coat talking about this. As humans, this is another thing that I was gonna make a video about, because as humans, because of the way that we were brought up in this matrix, our ego and the I tends to judge people based off of what we first see. So if somebody younger is giving out knowledge, your ego might judge it your ego might hold it to a lesser degree than if it was somebody who was, like, say, a teacher at school. But like, then if you hear, say, like a 16-year-old, 17-year-old, 18-year-old saying it, you're not gonna count it as anything. But if there was, like, say, Terrence McKenna or like fucking the president saying it, then people would take it more seriously. That's something that has to be said sometimes, like, cause whatever, bro. But let's continue. The time travel, man. My guy, that is basically time travel. Like, I don't think there's really much that needs to be said more to explain it, like, deeper, but we could talk more about it, though. But when it also goes on, you could also, this is another aspect of the time traveling. That means that like basically nothing really matters in the future. I mean, nothing really matters in the present, but also only the present matters. But if like a bad thing was to happen right now, you shouldn't really care too much because it's only right now. The moment is gonna pass. Like it's only gonna the only way it could seem bad is if you let it gravitationally weigh on your mind, bro. That's it, bro. There has to be a book about this, man. There has to be a book about this gravity shit, bro. And time and their relativeness. I want to find a book of going deep into gravity, deep into time, and the one going deep into gravity and time. I want all three separate because this is different, man. Like nothing can really weigh on. That's what I was talking about in the last video, bro. Like the stuff wasn't affecting me, but because I wasn't meditating, my consciousness wasn't like it had become weaker to like shutting out shit from the outside world. So the shit would like just float around. Cause that's what a lot of we have the thoughts that aren't ours. Those are the ones floating around, you know, the thoughts from like just random shit. That's what I'm talking about. And that's because it was gravitationally weighing in the mind. But whenever you implement the meditation practice, like I said, you start to astrally travel out of the body, which is why the time starts to diminish. But this is also when you start to meditate as a regular practice, you rise above you rise above the lower consciousness of the third dimension, and it takes you further out. It takes your perception and your consciousness and your energy further out of the third dimension. So that's why, bro. Man. But like, so that's what you have to do. So if we know about gravity, right? Man, I'm dropping gems in this video, man. Y'all better, if you stay to this video, I'll just say you're different. I'll just say that. You're different because a lot of people don't. They don't have the patience to stay and hold on to real knowledge. They don't have that, man. And you know why? A lot of it is because of it's probably because of my vessel and because of the way I don't really care. Like a lot of people on the YouTube scene, I'm not talking about people that give this type of knowledge, but like in the semen retention community and just like self-improvement in community, like they care more than I do about like when I get on here, I'll get on here like this, y'all, like chilling, like like I'm not saying I'm not saying that I'm looking bummy right now. I'm just saying a lot of content creators like take it more seriously. Like they care more about gaining more viewers and appealing more to people. I don't really care about that as much. So like if I did, I would probably make sure that I kept my face out of my hair every time. I still try to because I want y'all to see my eyes. And y'all it's good for y'all to see my face sometimes. But like I kind of just come to it freely, bro. Like I come to it freely. I come to it how I would talk to a homie, bro. A real one. You can't talk to. I wouldn't just get up, whatever, bro. But anyway, like we were saying, back to the gravity. This is where, before I started talking about how real this knowledge is, this is the secret to controlling all of your thoughts, because now we're knowing that it depends on gravity. It's not about anything else but gravity. How much you let it sink in. Let's say there's a fucking tarp, right? But the tarp can hold a certain amount of water, right? The tarp is only gonna start sinking and fucking breaking the more gravity sinks in, man. But If you just take out the water, as soon as the water comes in, then the tarp won't sink. So we translate this to the thoughts, man. When the thoughts start booming in, that's when you don't want to let it sink, man. So you have to swipe away the thoughts, and that's takes it off of the tarp, and your mind doesn't become all complex and jittered around and jumbled and shit. So that's how we're doing it, man. Another thing, man. What else? I got something to tell y'all. That's how it is. I'll check out the window for the plug, man. But what is it? Let me pull it. Yeah, so that's what you have to do. So we're pretty much done with this video, but the meditational practice allows you to have a stronger tarp. So I'm going to explain this again. If you have a lot of water, it's going to make the tarp sink, and then and if you convert this to the mind, it's going to make your mind become too cluttered with thoughts, and you're going to feel like you're going crazy, right? This is why people get a lot of anxiety, and they just feel, I don't know, you know how it is, man, when you don't meditate, man. But when you take out the water, if you took out the water as it was, like you just bucketed it out as it was getting on there, your tarp wouldn't sink down like that. So you have to swipe away the thoughts. Any negative thoughts, you swipe them away. You just put your attention to either a more positive thought, or you just swipe the negative thought away. So what we also are going to do with this plan, the meditation is what makes the tarp stronger. So the average person has a weak tarp, guys. The average person has a weak tarp, meaning that they don't have control over most of the things that are entering their mind. You want to have control over pretty much almost all of the things that enter your mind, because what enters your conscious mind enters your subconscious mind, and what doesn't enter your subconscious mind, a lot of it enters your subconscious mind, and then a lot of that stuff may enter your conscious mind. It's very good, it's very needed to have control over your mind if you're on a path like mine. If you want to just live a normal life, then click off the video. But so the meditation makes the tarp stronger, meaning that when a thought comes in, it might just sit there. Meaning it's not going to weigh it down and have a bad effect on your mind, but it's not going to sit in your mind this is for the tarp. It's going to sit on the tarp, but for your mind, the thought would just come on the tarp, and it wouldn't affect your mind. Like you wouldn't even care. So that's what we have for today, man. This was about, but in the next one, I'll see y'all. Peace.